So now we're moving from ethical theories to decision-making models. Now, let me explain the entire concept to you. You know that you're an accountant. As an accountant, you would eventually get to roles like CFO and all of that. And you probably have to address the board, or you'll be in some high-level meetings and you need to make some decisions on the fly. Now, this exposure has made us determine, okay, we need to find a way for accountants to be able to make ethical decisions in real time, but it has to be correct. It has to be correct, right? So because of that, that's why we have these models, these decision-making models. Now, Tucker 5-question model is an ethical decision-making model that it just enables you. It gives you the things to consider. Now, guys, I need to beg you. I don't like that I am doing this now because these are question number 1 topics. I don't like that I'm doing this now and we don't have a lot of people in class. But these are question 1 topics. Tucker's 5-question, Kohlberg, American Accounting Association. These are question 1 topics. So guys, I beg you, listen. I want to ask questions, answer. Now, Tucker's 5-question model for ethical decision making in business is based on the move that please hold on. Let's talk later. Now, it is based on the move that, yes, we know that companies are in business to make profit, but these actions have to be legal. We are accountants and we are regulated by ICANN. We have a code of conduct. We have a code to uphold. So the actions, in a bid to make profit, your actions must be legal. Your actions must be legal. Now, in a bid to make profit as an accountant, your actions must be legal. You cannot go against, I know that last class, I think, is it last class or 2 classes ago, I told you that you are supposed to whistleblow if you have situations where your company is into drug trafficking, your company is into child labor, child abuse, human trafficking, things like that. You are obligated by law to whistleblow. It is your core responsibility as a finance person in an organization, right? So, and as accountants, listen, this is key because once you become chartered, nobody will teach you these things. Since I became chartered, nobody taught me these things. We did not have this conversation. So once you become chartered, nobody teach you these things. It is expected that your tutors have taught you, and that is what I am doing now. So you cannot say that you were not taught. You have been taught. We whistleblow. When you are on board meetings and you're trying to make a decision on what course of business to go into, stuff like that, once you find out that there is an ethical issue, Tucker's 5-question model would help you to make the right decision. Now let's jump into it. The 5-question model, Tucker's 5-question model, and these are the questions. 1, is it profitable? Is it legal? Is it fair? Is it right? Is it sustainable and environmentally sound? Question 1, is it profitable? Excuse me. 2, is it legal? 3, is it fair? 4, is it right? And 5, is it sustainable and environmentally sound? If the answer to these 5 questions are yes, listen to me, This is non-negotiable. We cannot take 4 yes and 1 no. It doesn't work like that. It has to be all yes or we don't do it at all. That's the standard. That's the standard set by ICANN as a professional accountant, as a qualified accountant, as a chartered accountant. These are what's it called that you have to uphold. You have to uphold this. 5 questions. Is it profitable? Obviously, since your company wants to do it, it's profitable. Is it legal? Will there be any legal exposure? Because in actual sense, it's really not just about looking at the ethical position of the company. It is also about protecting the company against future exposures. So think about it. Say your company does something and eventually it leads to exposure. The money you're trying to save, you will spend it at the end of the day. Because when we talk about legal suits like class actions where you pay 50 million, 100 million just to say I'm sorry to 3 or 4 clients that have been affected by what you did. So guys, please, I need you to be very conscious of these 5 models. And remember, I told you that the difference between my class and every other class is I'm teaching you, I'm talking about things that you would use not just in business, but in your daily lives. These 5 questions are very important. 1, is it profitable? 2, is it legal? 3, is it fair? 4, is it right? And last but not the least, is it sustainable or environmentally sound? Good. So let's look at this example. I'll just read through and yeah, we'll attack the question together. It says an international company is planning to build a new manufacturing plant in a developing country. The country was chosen because cost of land and labor is low. Cost of land and labor is low. So the profit forecast is high. And the plant will be built on a brownfield site just outside the country's capital, which used to be the site of another factory that has been closed down. The company intends to build a plant that will use modern technology, and this modern technology will keep environmental emissions at a low level. You know what environmental emissions are? You know, all these companies that use oil rigs and things like that you see fumes going up and down, causing environmental pollution, air pollution, and all of that. This new company is using modern technologies that will try to prevent those things. Modern technology that will try to prevent those things, right? And the country's government has approved the building of the new plant. The local population is eagerly waiting for construction to begin. Why? Because it will bring in commercial activity and jobs. Because obviously, when you create a company in a new environment, what does when you create a company in a new environment, what does that mean? It means jobs for the people in the vicinity. Please hold on, guys. It means jobs for people in the vicinity. And the government also believes that the plan to bring in economic growth into the country's economy. Now, guys, follow me closely now. Is the decision to build the plant an ethical one? Use Tucker 5-question model to reach an answer. Use Tucker 5-question model to reach an answer. So let's go. I will call your name. When I call your name, you unmute. You tell me the question and you answer it based on this. You tell me the question and you answer based on this. Just one question, not everything. Just one. And you show me where it is, where the answer is. So I want to start with William. William, are you here? Please unmute.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, good. William, what's the first question in Tucker's 5 questions?
Is it profitable?
Is it profitable? Now I want to ask you. Based on the information given to us, is it profitable?
Well, the case study, when I look at the case study now, it said the country has to build, blah, blah, blah. The country was chosen because cost of land and labor are low. So when there's a cost minimization opportunity, definitely the profit forecast, even it is given in the case study, the forecast for profits are high.
Is
So
high.
that's, I think,
So what does
yeah,
that mean?
it's profitable then, according
It's
to
profitable. So
Talkers.
the answer to that question line is what?
It's profitable.
Yes. Yes, it is profitable. Good. Next person, Minor. Minor, are you here? Minor, please unmute. Let's attempt this.
Yeah, I'm here.
So Minor, what's the second
Okay.
question? The first question is it profitable? And we have answered that. What's the second question, Minor?
Is it legal?
Is it legal? So tell me, from the case study we have, from the information given to us,
Yes,
is
the
it
government,
legal?
from the information given to us, is legal as the government has
The
approved the
government
building.
has approved, because if it is not legal, you will not get the approval of the government, right?
Yes.
Good. Ozana, let's go.
Is it fair?
Is it fair? So tell me,
Yes,
from
sir.
the information we have,
Yes, it is fair.
how do you know it is fair?
Yes, because the company intends to build a plan that we use modern technology that keeps environmental.
No, Ozana, no. The answer to the question is yes, it is correct, but the justification is not correct. I need the correct justification. You know that, guys, did you notice that for all the previous questions I have asked you, when you give me an answer, even if it is not totally right, I'll tell you, okay, it is correct, and we pamper it and we pad it. But this is Talkers 5 question. We don't compromise. So tell me, is it fair? You said yes. Why is it fair?
Okay, let me say the government believes that the plan will bring economic growth to the country's economy.
No. Now, guys, I am saying no, and I need you to listen to this answer. The answer is yes, it is fair, because there is no information based on the case study that suggests that it is not fair. Now, get this. If it is not fair, it will be stated in the question. Are we clear on that, guys? If it is not fair, it will be stated in the question. And even if it's not stated in the question, your ethical radar will pick it up that, okay, there is a game being played in this case. There is there is a, what's it called? Something is fishy. But obviously, as we read through this question, there is nothing fishy. Are we clear on that? There is nothing fishy. So, guys, the answer to that question is yes, it is fair, because the information given suggests nothing otherwise. Guys, are we clear on that? If you get what I just said, please type yes in the comments. I need at least 3 years so that we can move on. If you get what I said, please type yes in the comments. There is no statement here that says it is not fair. I need 3 years, please. 3. William, are you with us? Okay, Ozana, I'm still coming back to you because you did not get the answer. Now, question number 4. What's question number 4, Ozana?
Is it right?
Is it right? Now answer.
This looks similar to is it fair?
It looks similar to is it fair, because there's nothing saying there's nothing that speaks to is it right.
Right,
but then
yeah.
it is right.
It is
Note,
right,
it is
yeah.
right because it brings with it much needed commercial activities and jobs. It is right for the economy. Note, when we are saying, you are not just considering this based on humanity, you are considering it based on the country, based on the economy and the society. So you are saying, is it right? Right for who? Right for the society. And it is right for the society. Why? Because it brings much needed commercial activity and jobs. Are we clear on that, guys? Hosanna, on mute. Right? Are we clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. You still did not get the second one. So let's take the last one. What's the last question?
Is it sustainable or environmentally
Is it
sound?
sustainable or environmentally sound? Now tell me, Hosanna, is it?
Yes.
Why is it sustainable and environmentally sound?
The company intends to build a plant that will use modern technology to keep environmental emission at a low level.
That's it. That's the correct answer. You got it eventually. Because it is stated clearly in the question that the company intends to build a plant that will use modern technology that keeps environmental emissions at low. So yes, it is environmentally sound and it is sustainable. Are we clear on that, please? Are we clear on that? Good. So
Yes, sir.
that takes us to the next one. That takes us to the next one, which is American Accounting Association model. American Accounting Association model. Now, please note, just to ensure that we are not blindsided, we are not using just Tucker's, we're not using just Tucker's decision-making model. We also consider American Accounting Association model. Okay? We also consider the American Accounting Association model. And this model is developed for ethical decision-making in 1990. Note, ICANN will not ask you for when it was developed, but it is based on a teleological approach. Now, guys, what is a teleological approach? Tell me, what's a teleological approach? Remind me on what we discussed as teleological. Okay, you know what? Minor, let's go. What's teleological approach? Teleological approach in ethics. Minor. Minor is trying to recall. Wow. Okay. What about you, William? With glasses.
Hello?
Huh?
Okay, I think it's about moral. Doing something that's morally right.
What? Baba, you're using format for me. Get away from here. You're using scope. We don't use all this scope. Forget that. We don't use that. It's not a work.
Well, I can remember the ontology is about duty, but I think this one is about moral. Moral being
It's
duty.
about consequences.
Okay.
Consequences. It's
We
results
don't have
based.
the notes, so I think doing
I'd
revision
ask
is
the admin.
challenge.
So the thing is, I'd ask the admin. You see, this note here is my full note on ethics. This note is my
Okay.
full note on. Wait, let me ask. Have you guys been you guys have the admin's phone number, right? The admin, the person that probably added you to the group or something, or a person that you're listening to, that you're talking to.
Yeah,
So
we do.
send the person a DM and make this complaint. Because this is my full note on ethics, just ethics, only ethics. My part of ethics, rather. That way, and they have it, they will be able to send it to you. All right?
All right.
It's not within my jurisdiction to send you documents.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys, please get ready. We're doing a class exercise very, very soon. And it must not take time. The class exercise is for just 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes. Very soon. All right, so So yeah, 2, we're done with soccer. Guys, please let me even if you don't understand anything, I hope you understand Tucker's 5 questions. If you understand, just type yes in the comments. Just type yes. This Tucker, this 5 question. Is it profitable? Is it legal? Is it environmentally sound? Let me drop it here for you. Good. Good. What about you, William? Okay. So good. Let's go into American Accounting Association Model, AAA. American Accounting Association Model. Now, we said it's a teleological approach. It is result-based. It is result-oriented. Okay, so let's get to it then. Now, these are the questions. Please note, this model is also about questions. Tucker has 5 questions, but they are simple questions. American Accounting Association Model has 7 questions, but the questions are a tad bit difficult, a tad bit technical. So it is key, it is expedient that you try to get a tenuous grasp on it. Okay, try to get a good grasp on it and try to get a good grasp on it and identify the questions and ask the questions, because you have to list them like that in the examination. And who knows, it might come out in this exam. So let's go. What are the questions? 7 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 questions. Guys, please, I'll give you 1 minute to read through the question by yourself before I talk about it. 1 minute. All right. So I know William has finished reading. What about you, Mina and Ozana? Are you done reading? The 7 questions. You don't have to write it down, guys. I'm sending this to you, or you can just do a screenshot. Either way, you're going to get it. You don't have to write it down in case that's what you're doing. You don't have to write it down. What about you, Ozana? Are you done? All right, great. So these are the questions. 1, what are the facts? 2, what are the ethical issues? Please hold on. 1, what are the facts? 2, all right, good. I'm back now. So 1, what are the facts, right? 2, what are the ethical issues? Now, please note, the beauty of this thing, yeah, is the fact that the ethical issues I would see might not be the same ethical issue that you would see in the same examination question, right? So it is important that you try as much as possible to identify or to state all the facts, identify all the ethical issues, identify as much as you can. First class, I told you that this is a very, very expressive class. You have to be able to express yourself. That's why I said it before, that this class is nice for guys, because guys are always expressive. We can say what we can, as you can scope babe. That's how you scope them in the exam. You need to be able to say all the things in your mind out. Like, what moral principles, values, norms are relevant to the decision? What are the alternative courses of action? Which course of action is best? What's the consequence of each course? And what is the decision? Note, identify the facts, identify the ethical issues, look at the principles that are relevant to the issues, look at it, okay, what's the alternative course of action? You list all the alternative courses. Then you make up your mind on which alternative course of action is best. Then you look at the consequence of each course of action and you make your decision. Are we clear? Can we attempt a question now? Type yes in the comments. Can we attempt a question now? We take an example. Can we attempt a question now? Good. So give me a minute. Let me scroll down. Now, guys, read through. Read through. This is the question. We are going to use Talker to answer this question, and we'll use AAA to answer the same question. Don't worry, we're doing it together. You're not alone. We're doing it together. Okay, let me read through for you. A company makes and sells a range of products. One product, the Mega Widget, has been produced for about 10 years and has been very successful. It is still popular with customers, but the profits have fallen to the point where the company is now losing money on the product. The fall in profit has been due to rising costs. Now, due to competitive pressures in the market, increases in the selling price of the competitive pressure in the market, increase in the selling price of the widget have not kept pace with the increase in cost. At a management meeting to discuss the problem, it was suggested that some technical alterations could be made to the Mega Widget that would reduce costs substantially, but the expected useful life will fall by over 25%. It will be necessary to prevent customers from finding out about any reduction in product quality because they might switch to buying the product of competitors. It was agreed that if technical alterations are not made, the company would have to cease production and sales of the Mega Widget. If the technical alterations are made, the product should become profitable again, at least for the next few years. Now, guys, hold on. Please, everybody, unmute yourself. Background noisy or not, unmute yourself, everybody. Let's do that first. Unmute yourself. Background noisy or not, just unmute. What about you, Minor? Minor. Okay, good. Now, let us ignore theories. Guys, ignore theories, ignore principles, ignore these decision-making models. Let me ask you, as you are on the board, you are at this meeting, what do you think they should do? Ignore the models that we are going to consider. We'll still consider them. But you are in the board on this meeting. What do you think should be done? Let me simplify this discussion for you. Your phone, your iPhone, right? Your phones. What type of phone do you use, Uzana?
Samsung.
Samsung. What about you, Minor?
iPhone.
William, what about you? What type of phone do you use?
I use Samsung.
Samsung, okay. Your Samsung, your iPhones, the price is, you know that the price increases from time to time, right? But then in the company books, they find out that the price compared to the cost is not commensurating. And you know that if you overly increase the price of your phone, people will switch. Yes or yes? People will switch. Now, it has not been able to keep up with the pressure, with the competitive pressure in the market. And the company is not making profit anymore on the product. Right? Now, this is the question. Somebody in tech, these tech people used to come up with stupid ideas. Somebody in tech said that if they make some alterations to it, what would happen is that your iPhone that can last for 4 years before, or your Samsung that can last for 4 years, will no longer last for 4 years. It will now last for 3 years. But you must not tell the public, because let me ask you, if they tell you that the phone that you have with you, it used to last for 4 years before, but it will not last for 4 years anymore. It will not last for 3 years. Will you still buy it?
No.
Obviously, you will not buy it anymore. Now, this is the question. You are on this board, you are in this meeting, and this issue came up. So the deal is you either do the technical alterations and not tell the public, or you don't do the technical alteration and they close down the company. What's the decision?
Can you do the alteration and inform the public?
If they inform the public,
Yes.
inform the public, sales will drop considerably. Because like the example I just asked you, if they drop it, if they tell you that your iPhone that is supposed to last for 4 years would now last for 3 years, would you still buy it? Do you understand? Sales will
Yeah.
drop considerably if we inform the general public. So tell me, you're at this meeting, what would your advice be? Denver.
For me, my advice will be let them do the alteration, but to inform the public. Whatever the consequences will follow.
Okay, thank you. Adeyinka, talk to me. What's your decision?
Well, I will allow them to do the technical alteration to boost profits.
Okay, but would they what's it called? Would they inform the public? You know that if you inform the public, yeah, and sales drop, it is pretty much almost the same. It is coming back to where you're coming from. Do you get? It's coming back to where you're coming from, because at that time, the customers you would have are customers that are either old, that the 4 years thingy doesn't really mean anything to them, or people that they are just loyal. You know, people that say, I can only use iPhone in my life. I can't use any other phone. Do you understand? Those type of people. That's what we're talking about. Hey, Juan, what's up? So tell me something. What would you do? Caramel. So tell me something. What would you do if you're in this meeting? Would you okay, so you said they should inform the general public and all of that. But now you know the consequence of what happens when they inform the general public. So tell me, what's your decision? Are you still informing the general public? Because it takes us back to where we're coming from.
For me, in order for the company not to...
Well, hold on, Uzana. William, no, if you talk again, Avi, you don't choke. Go on, Uzana.
In order for the company not to be shut down, I will advise for the technical alteration and not to inform the public.
Not to inform the public. Nice. Nice. Now let me ask you, is it legal to make the alterations and not informing the public?
It's not legal.
So that's that's illegal, right?
It's illegal.
It's illegal. Good one. So you're a lawbreaker. Well done. Now let us use our decision-making models to arrive at these decisions. Now note, this is the agreement. It was agreed that if the alterations are not made, the company will cease production. If the alterations are made, the product will become profitable again. Right?
Yes.
So let's go. Let's use AAA first. Let's use AAA. So talk to me, guys. First question. Minor, what's the first question? In AAA, what is the first question? Minor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, what's the first question in, I said in AAA, in Talker. Let's do Talker first. 5 questions. What's the first question in Talker? Come on now.
Is it profitable?
Is it profitable? So everybody answer, is it profitable?
What is
So
our
I said
decision?
everybody.
Yeah, our decision
Minor.
here. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is our
What's-
decision go on with the alteration?
Yes, go on with the alteration. Yes.
Then it is profitable.
It is profitable. Good. Ozana, what's question number 2?
Is it legal?
Is it legal?
Wait.
Oh yeah, Ozana, are you with us?
It is not legal, sir,
What is not legal?
because the general public has not been informed.
Ozana, when we were addressing this thing, I said we should first answer ignoring all the decision-making models. Yes or no?
Okay.
Now we are done with ignoring decision-making model. Now we are in decision-making model.
Okay.
The question for number 2 is it legal? So answer again based on Talker's 5 questions. Is it legal?
So if I may ask the question again, I want to, is it for the alteration or
Yes,
I
for
don't?
alteration. Yes, alteration. That's the decision now. It was agreed now. The decision, we want to keep the business in. Have you forgotten one of the concepts and conventions of accounting? Going concern concepts.
Okay.
Have you forgotten?
Hello, sir.
Guys, yeah, I'm with you.
Well, in the case study, I don't think there's any line or anything that says it's legal or it's not legal, but I think it's not right.
I
As
do
in
not say
telling,
no. The question is not, is it right? The question is it right? Is it fair? You are giving me question number
Yeah.
3. I need
yeah,
you
is
to
it
be
fair or right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I need you to be very, very careful, guys. We need to be very, very careful. That's why I'm taking time to discuss this, and that's why it's paining me that we don't have other people in this class. That's why I'm taking time to explain this stuff to you. Is it fair? It's not the same thing as is it legal? You remember last class, we talked about, or is it 2 classes ago, we talked about ethical decisions that are not legal, things that are illegal but ethical, or things that are ethical but illegal. Do you understand? Do you remember that we talked
Yes.
about it? So you need to be able to draw a fine line between what is legal. You need to be able to draw a fine line between what is legal and what is illegal and what is fair or ethical. That's not what we are talking about here. We're talking about whether it is legal. And guys, let me help you. The answer to this question is that there is no law. Yes, it is legal because there is no law against making technical alterations. Are we clear on that, guys? Is there any law against making technical alterations?
There's none for now.
There's none. You now go on to say that, however, it is illegal to make technical alterations without involving it is illegal to make technical alterations and give advertisements that suggest against what is made. What am I saying? I'm saying that let me explain it. I'm saying that when you are advertising, all these companies that used to advertise, they advertise that the battery lasts longer, this one does this one, that one does that one. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now that you have made the technical alteration, there is no law against your technical alteration. But your technical alteration, when you are advertising, don't provide, what's it called? Just make sure that as a company, you don't deceive your customers by advertising and marketing. Do you understand? You still don't get it. You still don't get it. Let's say it is your phone battery. It is 3,000 milliampere. But now you have to, because of the technical alteration, it's no longer 3,000 milliampere, it's now 2,500. You have to state it there that it is 2,500 milliampere when you are doing your advertisements. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
So the answer is it legal? Yes, it is legal. There is no law against making technical alterations. However, it becomes illegal when the company deceives customers with advertising and marketing.
Okay.
Do we get it?
Yes.
Good. So, William, let's go to your question. What is question number 3, sir? Mr. William, sir.
In Talker's 5-question model, is it fair? Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yes. Is it fair? Go on. Answer the
Is it
question.
fair? Yes, it's not fair. Why? When you make a technical alterations to the product and not informing the stakeholders, as in the people, and using the example of the adverts, you only tell them the good side of the products. Meanwhile, you ignore the bad side. So I don't think that's fair enough.
Exactly. That's the thing with adverts. You don't talk about the bad parts. Do you get it?
Yes.
However, it is not fair because customers don't know about the reduction in quality as long as you take it out of the discussion. Do you get it? Do you get the point, guys? But note that it is key that you clearly state these things in your annual reports. You clearly state. So any customer that is able to check annual reports, listen, I need you to understand that there are technicalities in business. There are technicalities in business. I sell salt. I produce salt. Do you get? I used to say it that my salt has iodine in it. We all know that iodine is important for salt production, right? I used to say that my salt has iodine in it. However, the price of iodine has gone up, but I cannot increase the price of salt because of customers. Are we clear on that? I can't increase the price of salt, the price of salt because I have other customers, right? And my iodine is inaccessible. And I still need to sell to keep myself in business. Now, this is the question, guys. Am I going to, when I want to do my advertisement, there's no law that says that I should not take out iodine out of my salt, right? But it becomes illegal when I'm advertising and I'm still advertising my salt as iodized salt. I'm not saying that. So when I'm advertising my salt, I'm saying that I am selling salt, but I'm not saying that I am selling iodized salt. However, when I'm doing my business report at the end of the year, I am stating it there clearly that due to changes in market factors and conditions, I am unable to add iodine to my salt. So my salt is no longer iodized compared to what I was selling previously. Are we clear on that? That takes you out of, it takes the, what's it called? It takes the, what's the word? It takes the exposure, the legal exposure away from you totally. Are we clear on that? Question number 4. Is it right? What's question number 4? Question number 4.
Is it right?
Is it right? Now, what's the question? That's the question, guys. Is it right? Is it right, guys? Mina, come on. Is it right? Don't be shy. Is it right?
I think it's right.
It is right.
Yes.
Now, you cannot just state that it is right. You need to state that the prejudice, the It is right, but inside your mind, you know that the answer you just gave me, yes, you said it is right, but there's a but in your mind, yes or no? In all honesty, there's a but in your mind, yes or no?
Yes.
You see that but, you must clearly state it. It is called disclosure. It is an accounting, it's one of our standard, disclosure. You must clearly state that your but, it is right. And you state why it is right. You know that many companies do these things. They make alterations and they don't tell you. You can't know. Because you're not an engineer. You don't opening the phone.
Yeah.
Do you get my point? Companies do this every day. However, it is not right because companies want to make profit at the expense of the quality of products that customers are getting. But yeah, it is right because your obligation, you as an accountant, the obligation right now is to the company, not just to the society. Because what is the alternative? Everybody lose their job at the end of the day.
Yes.
Do we get it? And what's the last one? What's the last question, Uzana? Question number 5.
Is it sustainable or environmentally sound?
What is the answer?
Yes, it is sustainable.
Why? Look at the way Uzana sighed. Uzana, take it easy. Take it easy. No pressure. No pressure. This is where you can get it wrong. In the exam, you cannot get it wrong.
I don't think it is sustainable.
You don't think it is sustainable? Okay.
It is sustainable because
Uzana says it's sustainable. Okay.
Let me read from our question here. It was agreed that if the technical alterations are not made, the company will have to cease productions and sales of the mega widget if the technical alteration. I'm just
Wait, because of ethics. Uzana is tired. Uzana, don't be tired. Now get this. Let me explain this to you guys. You guys are getting it wrong. Sustainable in this case, it is not about the business. Sustainable in this case, it's not about the business process. Sustainable in this case is about to the society, like the carbon emission and all of that. That's what we mean by sustainable. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or should I repeat myself?
So does it mean it's all about environmental?
Exactly. It's all about environmental. It is not about whether a company makes profit or not. That's not what the sustainable means. It's all about environmental. So tell me, Uzana, we're not done with you. Uzana, on mute. Yes, I know you're tired, but on mute. On mute. You'll be tired until you're no longer tired.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me, based on this context that I've provided now about sustainable. So tell me, is it sustainable?
You just said it now. That is not sustainable.
Who said it that it's not sustainable?
Because it is based on environmentally, if it is environmentally sound.
Now.
You know, my initial thought was that I was like maybe sustaining the business.
Yeah.
But now
that's why I provided context. Like it's not about sustaining the business.
About the business here, we are talking about the, will I say the society or the consumers?
The society, the environment, weather, things like that. That's what we're talking about.
But this study has not given anything that has to do with environment.
That was why I came in with sustainability in the first place.
So go on. You guys are now getting closer to the answer. I'm still waiting. You're getting closer to the answer. You're still not there. Yeah, let me help you. The answer is yes, it is sustainable as there are no indication. Did you see anything in the question that says that it is not sustainable?
No.
So your answer is yes, it is sustainable as there are no indication to state otherwise. Are we clear on that?
Yes.
Hosanna, do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
All right. What about you, Adenika, William? Are we clear? Are we on the same page? I just need to be sure that we're on the same page.
Perfectly, sir.
Perfectly. Good. Now we have used the simple one. It is the simple one that you guys are. Well, our time has finished, though. Right?
Supposed
Okay,
to
so
stop at 11. Yes.
guys, this is the I'm going to drop a case study in the group. I'll drop a case study on the group. All right. Now, all of you are going to submit something to my email address. I'll drop my email address on the group. You answer this same question. I'll paste this. I'll paste this and I'll paste what's it called? And I'll paste the second case study. You see the 2 case study? You'd answer the 2 case studies and send it to my email using AAA and Talker. You answer the 2 case studies and send to my email using AAA and Talker. Are we clear on that, guys? What's the submission date? When do you think you can submit?
Next class.
What's next class?
Before the next.
After next class.
What is after next class? We're working with Wednesday. What are you people saying?
It's a Friday.
What are you saying? We are working with Wednesday. Wednesday by the special grace of God. Look at these lazy people. They say next class. Somebody even say after next class. I punch you. Bros, we are working with Wednesday, please. Wednesday.
But it depends on how soon we will get the material as well. This material from the admin.
From the admin. Yeah, you will. You will. Definitely, you will.
Can you let me join? Can you?